Hi. A lot of us jump into the online business world with the hope of making it big, although some of us are just trying to replace a medium income. We do know that there's great potential for income in the online world, and somewhere we believe, even though people might think we're insane, that if we focus on our goals, the money will come. My question is, what are you going to do with your money? Now, I'm a big believer of starting with the end in mind, so I have plans for income that hasn't even arrived yet. This has been true years ago, even when I had no assets or assets of minus $15,000 credit card debt. I already had that allocation of funds decided. Now, I'm not talking about plans for specific amounts, and yes, those plans have changed as circumstances have. But I suggest anyone should have an idea of where those funds are going. This is not an age-related issue. Age is not a barrier to what can be perceived as an overnight success. Financial success can come faster than you expect. What are you going to do when that success suddenly arrives? What percentage is for long-term investments? What percentage for short-term investments? What percentage is for charity or social giving? And the big one, what percentage is for fun? If you don't allow yourself a little fun, then you're missing the point of building this business. Now, if you look online, it's said that over 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt and end up worse off financially than before they even won. And for that reason, I want to plant this seed of caution just to prepare you for the fact that you could suddenly have a business that explodes and bring in lots of cash. I know when you're first starting out, that financial success might seem so far away, you can't envisage it. But I remember not just myself, but other friends who have suddenly had huge sales occur, and it can be quite a shock. This concept is the same for most online businesses, but to keep this short, I'll just focus on an Amazon seller business at the moment. So some people start an Amazon business and they think that if they could sell something like 5 units a day of 2 products, they could then make enough to replace their wages. I was helping somebody earlier this year who had this as their target, but suddenly their business exploded. If you started a business, Amazon or otherwise, and suddenly you're making $30,000 to $50,000 a month, what would you do with it? What are you going to do with your business windfall if it arrives in the next 3, 6 or 12 months, or even sooner? There's a lot of info out there on the 3 buckets theory, and without going into that too much detail, it's about having 2 low risk and 1 high risk bucket for your money. For a few years now, I've worked with a plan of visualizing more buckets. The visualized buckets are actually buckets for the money. They're actually separate bank accounts, and sometimes they're in the same account, but it's just that I've allocated them differently. So initially, income from a venture will be ploughed back into the business, and most of us do that. But once your profits are surpassing your expenses, you have to start thinking about allocating those funds. Personally, I allocate 20% of my long-term investment bucket, so 20% in funds that are tied up for 12 months or longer. I allocate 20% to my short-term investment bucket, and this is something I can get hold of within 90 days. 40% to my living bucket. This pays the bills, but it can also cover holiday expenses, etc., because that's part of living. 10% to my charity bucket. I'm a believer in karma, and the more you give, the more you get. Fresh water is a passion of mine, so a percentage of my funds go to fund well projects in third world countries. I also allocate 10% to my fun bucket. This is for frivolous stuff. It doesn't have to be spent. You don't have to go out and spend that 10%. But it's there for guilt-free spending because, some of us have been brought up thinking that spending and buying stuff is bad. And you need to get over that, and an abundance mindset will do that. Now, we can all decide on our own allocation of funds. But I hope that this has helped you, whatever stage of business you're at and whatever age you're at.